Welcome to the upcoming Campaign Finance New York City Board. You can see this is the quality that the taxpayer gets, a little itty bitty screen. And of course, the commissioners, let's see if we can zoom in. We can't even zoom in. Of course, they have their little listings there. Let's see. We're just looking for money, of course. That's all people care about, it appears, is how much money, taxpayer money, are these campaigns getting? And it's very hard to read that, so maybe we'll take a screenshot and zoom in on it. Yeah, sorry about that. It changes the direction. There they are. Schaefer, board director. Ryan, executive director. Moskowitz, I wonder if that's related. Small, board member. Anyway, we're going to go back. I know it's hard to see, and I'm not sure how this video is going to upload now that it went in both directions. So let's hope and pray. They definitely mute us, so they can't hear us. Let's hope we can hear them. And do they start on time? That's what we're going to find out. Should we live stream this? Maybe. I don't know if I can do that. They supposedly live stream this. It's 10 o'clock and no one's home. This is the promptness of our government. And imagine, and they're talking about government-run supermarkets. Heaven forbid. And someone from Canada actually posted saying they have government-run supermarkets, and the goal of the government is to lower prices. I'm saying that's okay if there's places where no one can make a profit running a supermarket. That's okay. Or set up food cooperatives like our Park Slope Food Co-op. It's member-run, member-owned, and let that happen. But the last thing we want is these elected people that spend all of their time running for other offices and looking for patronage and looking for, we're going to use this time, since these people are apparently late, to talk about the system we have. New York State Constitution literally lists bipartisanship in the Constitution for these elections. Bipartisan means two political parties. So the dominant two parties, here's a theory why the Republicans have abandoned most of New York City. It's because they're a solid second place, right? And that's what they want. They want to protect their second place position, right? So that they control the board of elections. The Democrat Party and the Republican Party, whatever you want to call them, is in control of these elections, and they call it adversarial. But I believe that if that's the case, that they're just happy with the second place and make sure that no third party becomes second, then that's not adversarial. We are in big trouble here in New York City if that's the case. If the Republican candidate is simply a show to get 300,000 votes so that they stay second and not third, right? How will we get other voices if the two dominant parties, which control the election, right? The election, the board of elections, and the people may not know this, but every single member of the board of elections are Democrat and Republican. It's in the rules in the New York State Constitution. They have to represent, they have to be registered members of these two dominant parties, right? So that means that any insurgent party, so-called, that's their words, insurgent party, would have to overcome the actual maintainers of the election. And that's what they do. They obstruct and object and remember, they are not unbiased. They are very biased. And if the Republican and Democrat commissioners are working together, and all the other party operatives, to crush any opposition other than themselves in cahoots, then that's even harder for a third party or a third voice or a community. Or so that's what's actually happening. You can look at Supreme Court cases which describe this in detail, how the patronage system works in the judgeships. Oh, finally we got some person moving around. Oh my goodness, they may start only 5 minutes late. These people 4 minutes late. Of course, they have excuses. They got their little coffees. Yep, I hope they're getting their acrylamide dosage. This is what we get. No volume at all.
Recording in progress.
You would think that these people would not want these headaches, but no, for some reason, these people want headaches. Moskowitz and Ryan. Well, I don't think that's Michael Ryan. That's a different Ryan. Okay, Google, is Michael Ryan and the Campaign Finance Board Commissioner Ryan related?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Okay. Well, good morning.
Oops, they cut off the mic.
I'm going to start again. Is he coming on? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to redo the approval of the minutes. That's done.
We're not hearing anything, of course. All we can do is raise our hand. And even more comical, the chat is disabled. Everything is disabled. Here, let's turn on captions.
Okay. Okay. Today's meeting with the board will be voting on its fifth round of public funds payments for the 2025 elections, enforcement actions against one committee from a 2020 special election, and a Rule 709 petition from a 2025 campaign. That's all I have. I'll ask our executive director for his remarks.
Thank you, Chair Schaefer. Good morning, everyone. There's a special election coming up in City Council District 51. Early voting in this election starts this coming Monday, April 21st, and ends Sunday, April 27th. The last day to vote in this special election is Tuesday, April 29th. So if you're a CD 51 voter, get out and vote. At last month's board meeting, I reminded attendees about the March 25th special election in Council District 44. State Senator Simcha Felder won that election, creating a vacancy in the 22nd Senate District. Last week, Governor Hochul issued a proclamation calling a special election on May 20th to fill that 22nd District Senate seat.
These are
And the June
millions and
primary
millions
elections
of
are right
dollars.
around the corner. The individual candidate tapings for our 2025 video voter guide began yesterday and will go through next week, Wednesday, April 23rd. All candidates who submitted an approved script for their video statements are scheduled to tape their statements. If you have any questions, please contact your candidate services liaison. We will soon announce the schedule of the official Campaign Finance Board sponsored debates between candidates for mayor, comptroller, and public advocate. These are the public's best opportunities to hear directly from the candidates about their plans for the city and how they will address the issues that matter to voters in their daily lives. So please stay tuned for an announcement in the coming days. And in the coming months leading up to the June elections, you will see and hear Campaign Finance Board advertising through our NYC Votes initiative throughout the city, educating voters about our 8-to-1 matching funds program, ranked choice voting, and other elections matters. You hear us on the radio, you'll see our ads on trains and at bus shelters and on social media.
That's
And our
taxpayer
partnerships and
money.
outreach staff will be in the streets at events all over the city and partnering with dozens of community-based organizations on educational programming, making sure that New Yorkers have all the information they need to make matchable contributions, to cast their ballot, and to make their voice heard. That's all for me. Thank you, Chair Schaefer.
How about
Thank you.
real
The next
community?
item on agenda is the announcement of campaigns and compliance. The following candidates have completed the post-election audit process without any violations and penalties assessed by the Campaign Finance Board. The board recognizes the diligence of the candidates and their campaign staff in running campaigns that maintained compliance with New York City's campaign finance law. Of these campaigns, the first 4 of 5 are first-time candidates with the CFB. A special election cycled in 2021, the candidate Bravo Iska. Also from the 2021 regular campaign cycle, I should say Bravo Iska was from City Council District 15. From the regular 2021 election cycle, candidate Aleda Gagarin from District 29, Evie Hatsapoulos from City Council District 22, Marco Kepi from City Council District 50, and Harold Tischler from City Council District 48. The next 2 items on our agenda are ratifications of the chair's decision for public funds payment determinations involving 2 special elections. I'll ask Board Member Rich Davis to make those motions.
First is to ratify the chair's decision on March 19th for public funds in connection with District 40, Council District 44. I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The second is to ratify the chair's April 3rd decision in connection with payment determinations, Council District 51. I make the motion to ratify.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Both carry.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is a vote for the 2025 public funds payment determinations. The motion, I will introduce the motion to approve of the public fund payments for the regular elections to the following candidates and in the following amounts. For mayor, Brad Lander, $861,831. Zoran Mamdani, $3,832,987.
Unbelievable.
Zelnor Myrie, $527,147. Scott Stringer, $696,942. James Walden, $1,903,504. For controller, Jennifer Rajkumar, $168,244, and Jumani Williams, $1,084,736.
Public advocate.
Missing. Okay, thank you for that. For public advocate. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I announced ours for controller.
Yeah.
It's for public advocate, Jennifer Rajkumar, $168,244. And we got Jumani Williams, also for public advocate. That's just a typo. Sorry about that. For controller, Justin Brannon, $408,471, and Mark Levine, $844,092. For Brooklyn Borough President, Kari Edwards, $106,894, and Antonio Reynoso, $168,354. For Manhattan Borough President, Brad Hoylman Siegel, $800,343. Keith Powers, $229,001. Calvin Sun, $3,591. For Staten Island Borough President, Michael Colombo, $97,061. For Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, $49,824. And Rafael Salamanca, $64,144. For City Council District 1, Jess Coleman, $41,724. Helen Hugh, $44,620. Eric Yu, $38,380. City Council District 2, Ali Ryan, $56,916. Anthony Weiner, $141,360. In City Council District 4, Vanessa Aronson, $12,368. Faith Bondi, $13,984. In City Council District 7, Adafe Okpuro, $16,051. In City Council District 8, Larissa Alayeto, $49,780. Elsie Encarnacion, $33,554. Wilfredo Lopez, $62,548. In City Council District 11, Danielle Herbert Guggenheim, $47,226. In City Council District 12, Kevin Riley, $57,375. In City Council District 13, Shirley Aldebal, $48,982. David Diaz, $41,534. In City Council District 14, Fernando Cabrera, $29,078. And Brian Hodge Vasquez, $4,256.
I didn't get that.
Do I need to repeat that?
No.
In City Council District 17, Antierson Ortiz, $22,610. Freddie Perez Jr., $7,030. Justin Sanchez, $24,062. Elvis Santana, $47,804. In City Council District 21, David Aiken, $57,912. Yana Enriquez, $70,262. Enrica Montoya, $118,917. Sandro Navarro, $106,651. Chanel Thomas Henry, $28,614. In City Council District 23, Linda Lee, $153,832. City Council District 25, Shakar Krishnan, $192,534, and Ricardo Pacheco, $16,212. In City Council District 28, Tyrell D. Hankerson, $73,408. Romeo Hitlal, $35,922. Latoya Legrand, $12,814. Japneet Singh, $702. City Council District 30, Paul Boguselski, $56,164. Dermot Smith, $31,179. Alicia Vichunas, $62,700. City Council District 35, Dion Ashman, $22,002. Crystal Hudson, $5,741. City Council District 38, Alexa Aviles, $92,404, and Ling Yi, $37,430. City Council District 41, Lawman Lynch, $45,767, and Darlene Neely, $14,772. In City Council District 46, Mercedes Narcisse, $3,177, and Dimple Willibus, $8,846. City Council District 47, Dekran Barsamian, $138,662. Kayla Santasuoso, $7,334. George Sarantopoulos, $54,667. And Fedir Usmanov, $55,898. City Council District 48, Ina Vernikov, $85,067. City Council District 49, Sarah Bloss, $12,464. Abu S. Diakate, $53,656. And Camila M. Hanks, $131,850. This motion also includes the board's decision to deny public funds payments to other participating candidates who are ineligible at this time. Immediately following this meeting, the board will make public a list of those candidates and the reasons for their ineligibility, as well as any candidates who have declined public funds payments at this time. Candidates who have been denied payment today have a right to appeal that decision. In addition, there will be more opportunities for campaigns to establish eligibility for matching funds in the coming weeks and months. Board member Richard Davis is recusing himself from the vote regarding Mayor Eric Adams, but is participating in the vote regarding all other candidates. Additionally, I will be recusing myself from the vote regarding Andrew Cuomo, but I will be participating in the vote regarding all other candidates. So that is the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The next item on our agenda is a vote on repayment of public funds. We're not going to we don't need to deliberate on this one. The amount is not in dispute. In fact, it has already been repaid, but under our rules, this is something the board needs to vote on and approve. And so I will make that motion that the board approves the determination that the campaign of Anthony Miranda from the special election in 2020 has a repayment obligation of $493, representing an overpayment of public funds. As I mentioned, the amount is not disputed and has already been repaid. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. In addition, I made an earlier determination to deny a Rule 709 petition involving the campaign of Yana Enriquez. And I'll ask someone, Rich, why don't you make a motion to ratify
I'm
that
so
decision?
moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. That concludes our public business for today. I'll make our usual motion to go into executive session. And since there are no matters that need to be voted on or announced in public session, the motion includes a motion to adjourn directly from the executive session. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thank you. We're done for today.
It's amazing that they don't post numbers. They have to read them. Unbelievable. Peace out.